And one of the things that is really scrambling us at the minute, those of you who've heard me speak before will know that I talk a lot about how we have such important human needs. We have the human needs, there are 6 human needs. I'm not going to go into that all just now, but there's 2 in particular that are completely shredded just now, and they're mega, they're really important. So one of those needs is certainty. So certainty is all about kind of being able to control and understand what's going on and know that you have things covered in your life. And then the other one is connection, or love and connection. And how hard, like how almost like certainty right now, what does that look like? I woke up and I'm breathing. I'll take that right now, because there's people in this world that that's not happening for. But that's not what we're used to with certainty. Like certainty is a convenience driven, instantly available, utterly impatient society that we've become has just been shredded. And then one of the ways that we connect, whether it's on devices or with each other, but the healthy level of connection, our face-to-face, our human, our analog interactions, if you will, is also shredded. Like social distancing means that we can't do that. So what I noticed in me was I was spending more time. I noticed in me, it's really easy to lose our way. And I think last week I had lost my way and I did it by spending too much time on news sites. I did it by checking the death counter and the curves on infection rates, like I'm some kind of epidemiologist. But you can't, I couldn't help it as a vet. And also it's rubbernecking on the freeway when you see a crash, you can't not look right. But I was finding myself on Facebook, and what I was doing was I was picking up a lot of rocks that just weren't mine to pick up. Comments here, there. I was being dragged into fights and doing things that I wouldn't normally do, and I could resist. And so it's so easy for us to lose our way. And so I found myself over the weekend hitting a reset button, and I deleted Facebook from my phone. I deleted LinkedIn from my phone. I'm almost never on Twitter in any case. And I just thought I need to distance myself from there. I set a boundary with news sites, and I'm going to check them first thing to make sure there isn't a reason I should be staying completely indoors, or there's no new announcement that means my business is going to have to close now, or something that affects my family or team. And that's it. That's all I'm going to check for. Maximum morning and night for any updates. I'm not going to engage in things that are not my business. So I'm managing now to consciously filter things and say, okay, is this something, somebody's posted a comment. How do I feel about that comment? A little triggered. Is this a fight you're going to win? Does it matter? Does it matter? No, fine, walk on by, leave it, and it's gone. And it's having a much lighter touch on the stuff that doesn't matter, which is freeing me up to focus very much on the things that do matter, like making sure my team here at Roundwoods are looked after, making sure that I can dedicate energy to the community, the veterinary community who cares to engage with me, and that I've got a better reserve tank for helping people. So that was about putting my own oxygen mask on beforehand. And so the post I just put out on social, and I'm really interested to hear your comments on this. So again, put something in the comment box, or if you have a strategy you've been putting into play here to manage that, your noggin, then please let me know. Please jump in there. But the post I put on there, there's been a lot about talk about social distancing. I'm now social media distancing. And I understand the irony that I'm saying to you this on Facebook. But I think with some rules, I'm not saying stay away from technology, because it's all we've got, a lot of us, to connect. But I think very clearly now, what's helped me, and I offer this not just, I'm not saying this is the most right advice, and I'm not claiming to be right. But what I am saying is this has worked for me, okay? And maybe it would work for you. And you can take it or leave it, but I think there's no harm. So, number one strategy for me for social distancing is stay the hell away. Social media distancing is to stay the heck away from news sites, except to gather fact as it pertains to my area. Number two, stop reading opinion pieces. They're all bullshit, riddled with inaccuracies, riddled with editorial bias. They're not, and nobody knows jack shit about what's going on now, realistically. Everything changes. Number three, don't look at like macabre, like stressful things that almost make you numb a little bit to the gravity of the situation, like a death counter. It's so easy for people just to become numbers and to numb to that. And every one of those numbers is somebody who is, lives have been devastated around, which is pretty horrible. So for me, that means not going on those number counter sites, but taking the opportunity to understand that there's connection to each of you and all the other humans on this planet. I don't have the capacity to care for, and I don't believe it's my job or anybody else's job to grieve for people I don't know. But I can feel compassion and togetherness and connection to those people. And I can care about those people. So for me, that's a better thing to do than just look at death counters. And maybe that's just me that's the sick puppy, but you're vets, you're scientists, you're all sick puppies as well. Like, I bet you're doing this too. Next one is number four is only go on social for specific life-affirming things that are useful. So I am using Messenger to communicate with my friends. I am using social to broadcast this just now and interact with comments on people who are meaningful to me. But I have unfollowed, I can't tell you how many people I've unfollowed, because I don't want the comments of 500 or 600 people who I don't know that well, and their opinion showing up in my feed. I was losing my way because of that content. So I've gotten that out of my life. And then the next thing I've been doing is feeding my need for connection. So I've taken back a little control and brought some more certainty into my life by those tactics. I'm feeding my need for connection with people by scheduling Zoom calls. And this weekend I was doing my happy hour, sort of 6 p.m. call with a beer with some friends, and that was fantastic. I really loved that. And it was meaningful. It wasn't throwaway little tidbits or comments. It was really meaningful, great conversations I was having, and just by taking time, and all the while I was, an hour and a half went by in a heartbeat, and all the while I was connecting with that. There's no temptation to be on social. So for me, that was great. But I've also been connecting with my analog self. And this might not be for you, perhaps I'm a slightly older generation, but my analog self really matters. And I've connected with my analog self by exercising, by walking in nature. I can't go far, but I don't have to go far to be right at the ocean for me. Or there's a little forest pathway I can go for a walk as well on my own. And connecting with books, like actual paper books, whether I'm reading to my daughter or I'm reading a book that is helping me understand the world around me, or just escape from the world around me. But just that physical connection with the analog has proven to be extremely useful for me. So social media distancing, I think, is one of the best things that any of us can do in this moment.